last video that I'm gonna upload from the car. You're probably seeing this when I'm on this trip, or the last day of this trip. But I listened when I was driving to the trip. I was listening to this podcast, Diary of a CEO, and specifically the episode with Will I Am. And in this episode, he speaks about something that I truly can relate to, which is this idea of like creativity being, it's something that you have to do. He's talking about the example of a sponge that needs to be rinsed and repeat, and rinsed and repeat. And not for the sake of accomplishing anything, but for the sake of it has to. It's just its natural state is to absorb all of it, all it can from the world, and then just rinse it out, and then so that you're able to absorb again. And I think this video series that I'm doing is really helping me with the kind of rinsing part. I was always very observant of the world around me and took everything in, but then when I was trying to create things, I never really fully rinsed it out. I always kind of spin the experiences that I had into infinity, trying to make sense of it. Because a lot of the time when I make videos, it's kind of like a therapy for myself. I write about things that I'm confused about, and then I try to make videos that inspire me, and maybe it inspires other people, but mostly it's because it's a selfish act. Mostly it's because I am confused about something that I need to make sense of, or I need to motivate myself or remind myself of something I've done, because I also have a very critical voice in my head saying that, it can always be better, it can always do more. And sometimes that's like a fucking superpower, because it propels you forward. There's this experiment that they did where they tried to see if a mice would run faster towards the smell of cheese if it had the smell of a cat behind it or not. And it turns out that the mice ran a lot faster towards the cheese if it had a cat behind it. And the lesson being that you will achieve what you want faster if you are also running away from something and not just running towards something. So when I say it's both a blessing and a curse, having this critical voice in your head saying that you can always do more and that you have something to prove, the benefit is that you'll run a lot faster towards where you're going, and the negative is obviously that it's very self-destructive. So what was the point? Will I Am and this rinse and repeat thing. I think that removing the whole idea of it needs to have a certain quality, because the reason why I always argued with myself that what I did needed to have a certain level of quality was because I was afraid what people would think, and that people would not like what I did. So ultimately it was a concern about what others would think about it, and neglecting the fact that I needed to rinse. I needed to rinse what I had absorbed so that I could absorb new things, because that's ultimately what I love to do, just absorbing the world and trying to create something from what I observe. So yeah, I'm just grateful that I started this project. I'm grateful for Garrett who told me to keep going when I wanted to quit. I'm grateful for my sister who encouraged me to try. I'm grateful for all the people that watch it. I know that's not a lot of big audience, but I'm very grateful to you guys that you're here, and a little bit of a gratitude video here in the middle of a raging storm. Look out this. Oh yeah, you can't even open the door. I think I need to get out of here because this is getting a little bit out of hand. Yeah, look at that. That is a storm. But this just turned out to be a very long rant. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I just wanted you to know that.